Welcome everyone, this is Andres Restart, and today we're talking about how both Nintendo and a previous Nintendo of America president, Reggie File-Aimé, have been working to terminate Tears of the Kingdom leaks and leakers. But before we jump into things, let me point out that we are aiming to hit 25,000 subscribers by the time Tears of the Kingdom comes out on May 12th. So if you do enjoy my content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, because then we might just make it. So if you haven't heard, Tears of the Kingdom has leaked. We will not be talking about the leaks on this channel, but it's out there. People are playing the game when they shouldn't have. There's been ROM dumps and data mines. There are companies selling hard copies of the game that shouldn't. And I won't be perpetuating any of this information. I won't be sharing any links for these venues or sites, but it's out there. And I'm trying to avoid the leaks myself because I do not want to get spoiled. But Nintendo is doing everything they can to contain the leaks. Not too long ago, we heard that Nintendo requested a court to subpoena Discord to get info on someone that was sharing out the art book leak for Tears of the Kingdom. They are going at people here trying to contain and stop this stuff. There are streams, they're being taken down, strikes are being handed, and I'm sure some people will lose their channels. So if you have access to the game, do not put this information out there. It's not going to be good for your channel. But what makes this situation increasingly more interesting is we factor in this big online outlet, Kotaku. You may have heard of them. So a while back when Metroid Dread came out back in 2021, Kotaku put out an article encouraging piracy of old Metroid games, saying not to buy them and to play them on PC. And they were talking about Metroid Dread as well, steering away people from buying Metroid games, including Metroid Dread, which, by the way, is a series that is not known for strong sales. It's one of the reasons why we haven't seen as many Metroid games. So there's been this hope and campaign to push for Metroid so it can sell better, so we can get more Metroid games. Yet here's Kotaku doing something to blatantly hurt the series. So do you think Nintendo would be okay with that? Well, they weren't, because apparently since then, they have been blacklisted from review codes and copies and preview and access events. So, when the big preview event for Tears of the Kingdom happened last week, there was a little bit of controversy. Ethan Gawk on Twitter, someone who apparently works for Kotaku, said this: "It's preview day for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. A huge game I would love for Kotaku to be able to inform its millions of readers about firsthand. Unfortunately, Nintendo still has it blacklisted from advanced coverage. A move I would argue is both unprofessional and coercive." So, they can argue whatever they'd like, but where's the argument? Kotaku is the one encouraging illegal activities and practices that will hurt Nintendo games. Why wouldn't Nintendo blacklist them? Kotaku having millions of readers? Okay, sure, they may have some reach, but it's not just about popularity. It's about your relationship with the company. A company needs to be able to trust you, and Kotaku has shown that they shouldn't be trusted. And interestingly, Kotaku has in a way tried to come at Nintendo, you could argue, because they put out a new article where they're sharing out all the things we've learned about these Zelda Tears of the Kingdom leaks, perpetuating this problem that Nintendo is fighting so fiercely against. So I think Kotaku probably is going to stay blacklisted. And this is just my own personal opinion. I think they are not a good news outlet. I think there's no integrity there, and I don't think they're really reason to be trusted. And the only reason they get millions of views is because they've grown up over time, and a lot of people who click on their articles are unfamiliar with their poor business practices. So I'm glad Nintendo's blacklisted them, because I wouldn't want a company like this sharing out their opinions on a game before anyone else can get their hands on it, because they're just not trustworthy. But perhaps what's the most interesting is that it's not just Nintendo themselves that is going at leakers, but Reggie File-Aimé. He used to work for Nintendo of America and retired a few years ago. He's famous amongst the Nintendo community, or perhaps the gaming industry, also known as the Reginator. And it's looking like the Reginator terminated somebody. And I say terminate loosely, not literally. But there was this tweet where someone shared out an image of them having Tears of the Kingdom on their Nintendo Switch. And Reggie quote tweeted their tweet sharing the image of Tears of the Kingdom that they have it when they shouldn't. And Reggie said, "I don't know what you want. What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you." If you're not familiar with the lines, it's from a Liam Neeson film, Taken, where he was an intimidating badass and he took out people. So what's interesting about this is that that tweet was deleted by the tweet author, no longer there. And the account itself no longer exists. You could argue that maybe this person got scared and just deleted everything. But I wonder if perhaps because they were leaking stuff or sharing out stuff they shouldn't, that they were simply taken out, terminated. Not literally in real life, I'm sure they're totally fine and living and healthy. But in terms of their account on Twitter, it's gone, it's done. So Nintendo and Reggie, who has contacts with the industry, including Nintendo, I'm sure the ninjas came out and handled this if there was something to handle there, or it was just a scare tactic. Regardless though, Nintendo and Reggie are going at these leaks, they are combating these leaks, and I strongly recommend that if you do have this kind of information, don't share it out. Don't do that. If you're sharing imagery, if you are putting out videos on live streams, that's where you can get in trouble. I also think it would be inappropriate to talk about it in a public space because that could ruin it for others. However, there are private channels where I'm sure you can go and find where you can talk about it. So there you go. Be careful. This stuff is happening. We are a week away from the release for Tears of the Kingdom, where these leaks won't really matter anymore. But that's all for now. What are you most looking forward to doing when Tears of the Kingdom does come out in just a week? Let me know in the comments below. This is Andres Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care.